Hello, this is my pitch presentation for gameplay applications. Today I'll be pitching my game of Cards of Fates. This is a temporary title. Um, as for my tagline, the Cards of Fates await you. So my genre of game is basically a card-based dice element game. This is based in the dueling genre, so games like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, and Vanguard come to mind when you think of dueling genres. Um, the whole point of this game is to basically rush your opponent, think of like controlling style, and think of like new tactics as you go along the way. You basically got to think of tactics non-stop. So if we could just talk about theme. When you think of theme for like duelings, you got like monsters, you got like your spellcasters. Each theme revolves around a specific archetype. So when I was thinking about my theme for the base version of the game, I was thinking fantasy because fantasy you could do a lot with that. A lot of people can figure out what I could do with each deck of fantasy cards, etc. So I was thinking, what races can I do for like the base deck I'm wanting to make for this assignment? So I said, why not make a demon deck, a sheep deck, and a human deck? Now you're thinking like, why sheep? Well, because sheeps are normally we assume sheeps to be very helpless, but I wanted to make it so sheeps are very demonic and dark deep down. They're very controlling. As I was thinking, like sheep are mainly in the herd. So when I was thinking of this theme for this deck, I'm thinking like sheep. I'm thinking like sheeps could be a basic control deck. And the main boss monster will be a sheep keeper that controls the herd. So yes, probably as for basically the background of the game, problems are solved by playing card games. You play card games to solve problems. Any political debates, war based in this fantasy world are solved behind this card game. Um, let's move on to gameplay, shall we? So gameplay are as follows. You draw 5 cards to start your turn. Each person does this. If you go first, you get a bonus life. So this is for balancing reasons, as when testing this game out in Tabletop Simulator, not actual person just yet. A lot of people, I've had a lot of the time the first player was at a disadvantage, so I feel like giving that player an extra life point made a lot of sense. The second player can draw an extra card, like any other drawing game, but they don't get the extra life point. The players must summon a monster to the field and attack the enemy opponent if they can. They do this to inflict damage. Obviously, there's 2 summoning systems. I'll get to that when we get to the features. The first player to reach 8 damage or 9 damage, depending on who goes first, wins the game. Loses the game. Features. There's a dice summoning mechanic, which the players will have to roll a 6-sided dice. Depending on the number as to how many monsters you can summon to the board. However, their stats are cut in half for that turn. So this could be used for combos where your tactic revolves around getting sacrificing your monsters to get your boss monster to the field as soon as possible. However, it could be also used for stalling combos as well. Boss cards. Each boss card has a unique summon mechanic, which requires either sacrificials or spell cards. And also each boss monster gives inflicts double damage to your player, to the opposite player, and also gives the races of that archetype bonuses. Win conditions. Win cards are spell cards you must draw and activate at a specific time at a specific turn. This allows you to win the game instantly. My target audience is teenagers and young adults. The reason for this is because the game is a bit complex, and I feel like young adults and teenagers are make a lot more sense. As for competitive analysis, I feel like the competitive market for my game would be Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Vanguard, as these are top games at the moment in the dueling market. Ways I could try and make my game stand out is via unique gameplay mechanics or a unique battle system. And the game summary: the player faces each other off in a duel. The first person to see a wins by either drawing the spell win condition card or using the boss monsters. The first player to fix 8 damage